What's up, Artis gang? It's your girl Nisha.
It's your boy Marcus.
And we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to be diving in with the hot topic in regards to Derrick Jaxn. Where in the world shall we begin? All of this that we're talking about is allegedly. And this is just our personal opinions. As you guys know, we always come to you guys with our personal opinions. So with that being said, I guess we will go ahead and dive in. So Derrick Jaxn, if you see me looking over this way, I kind of have the screen to kind of keep us focused. So basically, Derrick Jaxn, he is a self-love ambassador. He's an author. He's an entrepreneur. He has a card line, some type of card line, and he is just a social media
so-called love guru or whatever you want to call it. Throwing men under the bus, made a career out of throwing men under the bus.
But do you feel like he's practicing what he's preaching or what he's getting paid? Like the information
evidently he's not, because he made a career of throwing men under the bus, calling us cheaters and this, that, and third. And then you get caught doing the very thing you used to condemn people for.
Of last year. But you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing, and some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with, but without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out, definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took. And definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now.
You can't say that all men are cheaters, just like you can't say that all women are cheaters. You know, as a man, so how could you even go in front of people and say that?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like, you can't speak for all people. But what I think, he's speaking for himself.
Oh, yeah, like so reflecting.
Yeah, so you're sitting here saying, don't do this, don't do that, but you're doing the very thing that you were telling other people not to do.
Right.
You know, so I just
That's a hypocrite.
Exactly.
Right.
And then I looked online actually, and all of his books are sold out. His net worth is worth $1 million.
Because he's saying all the talking points that females want to hear.
Tickling the ear.
That broken women want to hear. They want to hear all those talking points. You know, oh, he's nothing, girl, and you know.
Right.
This, that, and the third. Men ain't nothing, and you know, all that stuff.
Instead of telling them the truth. And I mean, it's a lot of things that...
Well, you got to keep it, 50-50. You got to keep it balanced. You can't just sit here and attack the men all day. You got to, meet in between both ways,
And then allegedly what's going on with him is he allegedly had been cheating on his wife. I don't know really how to pronounce her name. I don't know if it's Dania,
Diana,
whatever her name is, Jaxn, his wife. They have one child together. And they had been, as he said, on and off for 12 years. And they finally got back together in 2018. And so what do you want to speak about as far as this?
Well, as far as their marriage?
Yeah, like how do you feel about her? Like what do you think? Like
as far as her?
Like I think like what I feel, maybe she's just been cheated or, hurt so many times that her mind is not mentally there. You know?
Sometimes when you get hurt so much by the same person over and over again, you kind of like make your own escape, your own wall or something.
Right.
To where she like just like you said, mentally broken down to where she don't even feel it no more. Probably became numb to it.
Right.
And he's so used to her getting away. He's so used to getting away with it from her.
Right.
He just kept.
He don't
going.
even care.
Yeah, he don't even care.
And then that's like mentally draining. Like I can imagine how she really feels as a person. But like you said, it's probably happened so much to her that she doesn't even really feel or know what's truly going on.
Yeah, she don't even feel it no more.
No,
I wouldn't say she doesn't know what's truly going on. She just don't feel it no more.
Right.
She became numb to it to where you know, her escape is this, and she has her own words of justifying them.
Right, and she probably doesn't even like really love herself, because sometimes when that happens, you have to reevaluate yourself, as we both know, because we were both in toxic relationships, and we had to take the time to reevaluate ourselves. Mm-hmm. And I feel like maybe, you know, she hasn't had the time to do that, you know, because a lot of people was wondering, like trying to say that she had a bonnet cap on and that she had this and that. But maybe that's just who she is.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know how it is. Like sometimes you just don't have time to dress up, especially when you have smaller children.
I guess they're saying because they went in front of 1 million people.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? We don't go in front of 1 million people every day.
But if
you know, that's our goal, but you know, we're not there yet.
But maybe that's who she is. That's who she feels comfortable as being. Yeah, why do you have to make up and doll up just to go in front of people when you're really hurt?
Right.
You know,
because nowadays we live in a society where people are fake and all that.
Right.
You know. So nowadays, you know, you can't even go on your real self.
And be yourself. And that's one thing that I've always told myself, like, to kind of stop us from doing the videos. Because I'm like, okay, my hair's not done, my nails not done. Like, worrying about what other people are going to say about me. And that's basically what they're doing to this woman.
Well, in this case, they did say a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people have said stuff about it. Mm-hmm. You know, to hurt her feelings.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know.
So, I mean, that's like her business. If she don't want to dress up and put a wig on and doll up just to sit in front, and, you know, maybe she really didn't want to do the interview.
Yeah, that's one thing. It looked like she really didn't want to. Mm-hmm. It looked like it was all for him. You know, for his PR and damage control.
And that's what they try to do, like when they're holding hands, he's like acting like he really loves her, this and that.
Right.
But how do you really love her?
It was kind of Will and Jada-ish, if you ask me. It kind of remind me of, you know, the whole thing with August Alsina. Kind of remind me of that.
Right.
The way he had her on there and asking questions and talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And then he said that some lady, allegedly, that he had moved, I guess, that moved in with them and he was having relations with in their house. But he said that he was having sexual relationship, but he wasn't having sex with her.
Listen, I'm in screw it mode, F it mode. I'm hitting up old chicks. I really don't care at this point. One of those people was a girl named Candace. Now, here's the thing. So me and Candace have had a sexual relationship without actually having sex.
Right.
I don't understand how that makes sense.
How do you have a sexual relationship but y'all not having sex? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Right. So what are you doing? You just talking like...
That's a way to justify it. They was doing something.
Right.
You know, if it wasn't really physically, it was, you know, through the phone or something that was going to turn to physical. You know what I mean?
And then him too, also, that kind of got me is he's speaking in third person. Like he's talking about himself.
He was looking at his own video and acting like it was him, you know, analyzing his own video.
But why are you analyzing your own video?
Because that's supposedly what he did. So his way of cleaning it up was like, okay, let me, you know, analyze myself and put myself on the table.
Who does that?
Someone who's, you know, into themselves.
Do you feel like, I was going to say, do you feel like he's a narcissist?
Yeah, he does have narcissist tendencies, definitely.
So it's like you see nothing wrong with the things that you're doing and you have to
You don't see nothing wrong with it. You blame everybody else for the problems and you justify everything and you're never the wrong one. That's what a narcissist does. You know, you justify it, you blame other people, and, you know, it's not you.
So do you feel like his career is done after this? Or do you think that it'll bring more attention to him in a good way?
Before I even paid him any attention, because I seen him throw men under the bus plenty of times and all that. I never paid him no attention. You know, but I didn't know he was that big.
I don't even know who he is. Like, the reason I know is because he's like the talk of the week.
The way I found out about him was someone I actually listened to, you know, did a video on him and all that a while back. And that's how I found out about him, you know. But as far as what's going on now, with what you were saying, as far as, you know, him being a narcissist and all that, is, what was you saying?
Oh, it wasn't just a narcissist. I was basically saying like we didn't know anything about him, but it was something else he was talking about.
Before that. That's where I was going.
I forgot.
I forgot too. You were saying something.
It was something. Guys, I hope it comes back to us. But like I said, we're just trying to like
Yeah, you were saying something.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
I know you was going to, and then you went back to the narcissist. I was like, hold on, we was talking about the narcissist, and then it made me forget.
Talking about
something. You know what was going on, and then he's not even that old, so he's 30 years old, and he's pretty big. You know, he's a public speaker, so I guess he has a lot.
Oh yeah, that's what you was talking about. You was talking about his apology with his wife, and you said does it look like she wanted to be there, right?
No, we were talking about that at the very beginning. Like I said, it's a lot with this, so I'm trying to think and make sure that we're covering everything. Guys, make sure you drop down below your thoughts as well on how you feel about this situation. And let me make sure we're covering everything with this, because it's just so much going on with this, and then it just seems like he just keeps trying to lie his way out of it instead of like just accepting the fact that he got caught.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Because you're not practicing what you're preaching.
They deflect and they don't hold accountable. They sell it. So they don't take accountability. Do
you feel like the wife is going to stay with him? Because I did believe I heard a statement of her saying that
they said that she did leave her, according to what she said. She said she did leave him.
Before, previous.
Yeah, and she said that she just got back with him.
Yeah, they were on and off for 12 years.
Well, one thing I could say is, whatever they do, that's their business, Whether she chooses to be with him or not, that's between them, that's their business. We all make our own decisions, So we can't knock her if she does choose to get back.
And one thing
because we don't know what's going on in their relationship.
Exactly. And one thing, I guess because I can't really say that because cheating is involved, but you're really supposed to work through. But a person can only take for so much.
Right.
And I feel like,
And she's saying all this God talk, but the Bible does say, divorce, the only time God is with divorce is if there's cheating involved.
Exactly. That's why I said I can't really say that because, it is cheating
involved. So if the husband or wife cheated, then that's where you got the green light if you to go. That's the only thing God says. He says if you're being abused or cheated on, then you could, walk off.
And it could be, like I said, we don't really know, but sometimes when kids are involved, the parents just try to make things work on the behalf of the children.
Right.
So it could be that. You just never know what she's thinking.
Right.
As well too, I remember I brought a point up to you earlier. It's just like sometimes is he just trying to use that he's married as an excuse to for more women to flock onto him? Because one thing that I've noticed in sometime in the church is like a pastor, they know that he has a wife, but at the same time all of the women are flocking.
I don't think he's using it as a thing to bring women to him, but I think that he's using it as a marketing strategy, because
he is showing his body, his muscles, and stuff like that, I guess. And women.
Yeah, you can't do the both. You can't be a husband and a sex symbol.
That's what I'm saying. Time. Because at the end of the day, you are somebody's husband.
Right.
So you're like, look at me. I have these muscles. I'm, a chocolate, nice looking man. But at the same time, you are a husband to somebody. So that should be off limits.
Sure is.
Because people don't think like that. They don't care. So, it's all about what you put out there is what you're going to receive.
Yeah, so that's what he wanted, basically.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I was saying. Do you feel like that, this is something that he's doing on purpose?
Yeah. The whole thing of what he was pushing. It's kind of like the dude, back in the day, the players used to hate. The players used to hate that one dude used to come up, oh, look at, he doing you dirty, girl. You could do better
you
than
could
that.
do better.
Right, he's cheating on you or that's the type of thing. That was his type of lane to get the woman. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, I just hope and pray.
And then, like I was saying, this is what you asked. And now remember what you asked. You was wondering if people was going to still buy his books.
Oh, yeah.
And I was about to say, just like Steve Harvey, women flocked to Steve Harvey.
He had a lot of
as a women guru, as a love guru, women flocked to him. And this dude had how many divorces?
Yeah.
And women were still buying his books and all that.
And how would he know?
That's what I'm saying. So women was buying, if they was buying Steve Harvey's books, then they would still continue to buy this guy, you know, if he keeps on giving the right message that they want to hear.
Like I always say, they're tickling the ear, you know, they're putting out what they want to hear. So they're like, okay, he has all the sense. And it's not like he's putting the information out to the man. You're a man, so how are you giving women advice if you're a man?
Like you say, some of these women are damaged and they just want their ears to be tickled.
Yeah.
So if he continues to do that, because we see there was women justifying his cheating, you know, and everything he was doing now. So if there's a crowd of women that's justifying it, he still has an audience for him.
Right. Because, I mean, people say that he always popped up on their social media, you know, as far as giving advice and things like that. But he's just not, like, that I know of, he's never popped up on any of my social media.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything about him.
He popped up on mine before, and I never agreed with anything he was talking about. Never agreed with anything he was talking about. You know, because I'm always about uplifting.
Right.
I'm not about tearing down. And that's one of the things I always felt like he did was talk bad about dudes. You know, there's a thing about tough love. I get the tough love thing. But, you know, if you're constantly doing it and you're doing it, I always saw his agenda.
Right.
You know, one thing I always seen him as is that dude that'd be like, oh, you could do better, girl. You know, he cheating on you. You know, you need a good man type. That's the way I always seen him, you know? So the fact that this is happening is nothing but, I believe, karma, you know? If you put it out there like you this holier than thou guy,
it's going to eventually come out. What's done in the dark, like they always say, is going to eventually come out to the light. So I feel like that it's the time, you know, like to wake some people up. Like, you know, why are you listening to him? Like, obviously he's not practicing, like I said, when he was preaching. You know, and then sometimes you have to be careful who you listen to and who you take advice from. You know, you have to be very careful because why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm not.
No, but I'm serious. Like you have to be careful who you take advice from.
Yeah.
You know, especially nowadays.
Yeah. I totally agree. You gotta definitely watch who you take advice from.
Yeah. All right. So I think this is it. So guys, make sure you please push that like button. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more content from Westlake Dr. Like I stated, this is only our personal opinions. That don't mean that anything that we said is correct. This is just our personal opinions. And guys, I guess we'll see you in the next video. All right, good night, guys.
Good night.